Good morning, class. Today we're going to be discussing how to write a thesis statement. Today's lesson objectives are that students will learn how to create an argument in a thesis. Students will be able to construct an argument using an effective thesis statement. Students will also learn that constructing an argument around a thesis statement makes the student's statement defensible. So what is a thesis statement? Imagine if you were in an amusement park and you were lost. What would you use to get out of that situation?
A map.
Right, you use a map. Think of your thesis statement as your map and your essay as the amusement park. Remember that your thesis statement must always go in your introduction. And also remember that your thesis statement is the most important part of your essay. Your thesis statement will serve as a roadmap, and it will direct both you as you write your essay or paper and the reader as they read through it. It is also important to remember that your thesis statement is not a topic sentence. Your thesis statement does not just express the main idea of the paragraph. The sole purpose of a thesis statement is to guide you and your reader through your essay. So what are the do's and don'ts of writing a thesis? The do's are that you should make your thesis statement one sentence. It should be clear, arguable, and supportable. It should not be ambiguous because your reader and both you as a writer must know the exact stance or position that you will take on the topic. It should not be multiple sentences. It should not just summarize a topic, and it should not just be a fact. Your thesis statement must be arguable and supportable. So we're going to go over some examples of a good or bad thesis statement. So let's start with the first one. If I were to say apples are good for your health, is this a good example or a bad example of a thesis statement?
It's a bad.
And why is it bad?
Because it's not arguable.
Right. So if I say the second example, that exercising is good for your health because it relieves stress, improves your mood, and reduces your risk of getting diseases, is this a good or bad example of a thesis statement?
It's a good example.
Right.
Yeah.
And why is it good?
Because it's arguable and it takes a clear stance.
Right, perfect. And for the third example, if I were to say the United States has a president and a vice president, is this a good or bad example of a thesis statement?
A bad one?
Right, and why is it bad?
Because it's a fact.
Right. Perfect. So now that you guys have a clear understanding of what a thesis statement consists of, we're going to do a quick little activity time to help you guys get the gist of how to create a thesis statement. So we're going to create a thesis statement together as a class, and I will say a claim, and each of you will give a reason constructing our thesis statement. So if I were to say, students should wear school uniforms, each of you should come up with a reason. I'll give you 5 seconds to come up with it. And once you're ready, let me know.
I'm ready.
Okay, so what's reason number 1?
Okay, wearing school uniforms is more cost efficient.
Right. Does anyone else have another one?
It can cause bullying.
Right.
Wearing uniforms can help students focus on school.
Perfect. So our thesis statement as a class will be that students should wear school uniforms because it is 1, cost efficient, 2, it could prevent bullying, and 3, it could, what was the last one?
Help students focus on school.
Right. So that is our thesis. So to recap our lesson, a thesis statement is a single sentence in an introductory paragraph that presents the argument to the reader. It must make a claim and present your position, and it will tell the reader what to expect from the rest of your paper. Remember that in formal essays, your thesis will present your position as a claim, and you should also stay away from I sentences. Instead, if you want to announce the beginning of your thesis, try using phrases like this paper will discuss, or insert position because of ABC. Do not worry about explaining your reasons inside of this thesis statement, because that's what the rest of your essay is for. The rest of your essay, which we call the body of an essay, will gather and organize your evidence that will persuade the reader of your logic and of your analysis of it. Remember that your essay cannot be complete without a thesis statement. So, just to help you guys remember how to make a thesis statement and let it really stick into your brain, we're going to learn a little song or a chant or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to say it first, and I'm going to ask you guys to repeat after me. So I'm going to say it first. So if you ever need a little help creating a thesis statement, remember to take your position, think of 3 reasons in addition, and combine them all into one sentence to complete this mission, right? So repeat after me. Take your position.
Take your
Take your position.
Think of 3 reasons in addition.
Think of 3
reasons in addition.
Combine them all into one sentence to complete this mission.
Combine them all into one sentence to complete this mission.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna stop share.